Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is actually a really short HX Effects quick tip, I guess, quick tutorial. I've seen requests for this a couple of times on Facebook, and so I wanted to just do a really quick tutorial on how to control a couple of different things from one switch. Alright, so this quick tip today, the question was asked, is there a way to set it up so that two effects are on one switch, but then there's also a way to turn off one of those effects? And the answer is yes and no. I mean, I guess the first question is, why would you want to do this? And my thought is, well, what if you had two effects that you would use together most of the time, like 95% of the time, but then maybe there's one song where you want to use that one effect by itself. You don't have enough effects blocks to give that a second instance of that effect. And so how are you going to do this? Well, there is a way. It's a little bit unorthodox. So here we go. We're going to jump into Signal Flow View, and we're just going to dial up. This is one suggestion that I saw that had the Kinky Boost, and then it also had a delay. We're just going to go with a simple delay, just because we keep it simple. Both of these we're going to assign to foot switch 1. Okay, I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's foot switch 1. And then we're going to assign that one to foot switch 1. Okay, so when we go back into the stomp view, we got both of these effects on the first foot switch, the simple delay and the Kinky Boost. So now we're going to go back into signal flow mode. What we're going to do is we're going to set one of the switches up as an expression pedal. And so we're here in simple delay. We're going to bring up all of the parameters. And you can see here that the mix is set at 40%. We'll remember that, because what we're going to do, we're going to push down on one of, here I'll move this down so you can see, we're going to push down on the knob that corresponds to this parameter and just hold it down. And now it's learning an expression pedal. So we come here and we assign which controller we're talking about. And I'm just going to move this on over to foot switch 2. Okay, there's lots and lots of parameters. You can do this as latching or momentary, which can have its own cool options. For our purposes, we'll leave it switching or latching or whatever. Then we're going to come over here. Minimum value, max value. Minimum value is the value when it is off. So what we want for that is we want to set that to 40%, because that's the mix that it was originally. That's the normal one. Max value is the mix. We're going to set this to 0. And that's going to be our off state for this delay. Alright, so we have that set. Let's go back. We now have a mix button, which will alternate between 40% mix and 0% mix. When it's at 0% mix, it's like it doesn't exist. It's like it's off. It is technically on, because you see the delay is on, but its mix, you can even see that here, is 0, so it doesn't matter. So we turn that back off, and now you can see the mix is, mix is back up at 40%. So that's one way of getting around it. Well, there's another way. Let's say that maybe you've got one of the legacy effects or one of the 3-knob effects, or, as it is with these delays, if you take that mix down to 0, all your trails instantly disappear, which might be something that you want. But if you don't want that, here's what you do. Let's go back to signal flow. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this delay and we're going to move it down to path B. And then we're going to back up to the split point. And now we can actually affect this. Now, this is a little bit weird. It's a little bit tough to... It's not very intuitive, but if you hit the big button, you can actually change the type of split that it is. It defaults to split Y, which means that both sides get the same. And what we really want is we want split AB, because that will send it to one path or the other, or both. Alright, so we've got our split AB, and the really important parameter is this route 2. And just like before when we were assigning a expression pedal, we can assign an expression pedal here as well. So, same thing, we're going to push down on the knob that corresponds with where the parameter is. Okay, And now we are going to use the controller. We're going to assign this controller to foot switch 2, page over. And now we've got our minimum and maximum values. Okay, so you can see this one says A100 and this one says B100. It would alternate between paths. We're actually going to reverse those because I would want off to be the normal mode where it's sending it through the B channel where the delay is, and then the max value, the on value, will be 100% A, to where no signal is being sent to the delay, and if there's no signal being sent to it, it's effectively off. And so now this route 2 is here, and when it's engaged, it's routing around the delay, even though the delay is on. When it's off, it's routing through the delay. And so now you can have this all at the same time. You've got your Kinky Boost and your delay all on one switch, and then whenever you'd like you can turn this on and bypass the delay. If you'd like you can set it up the other way around to where this is lit when your delay is on, but then it would still stay lit even when this is off. So it's really whatever makes the most sense to you. But those are two ways to be able to accomplish that. I've seen it asked a couple of times, and I just figured I'd give my answer. So, what do you think? Have you seen any other really creative routing for the HX effects? Let's talk about it in the comment section down below. If you like the content that you saw here, please feel free to subscribe, click the notification icon, or you can give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps. So remember, no matter what else is happening, sing your song, because you're the only one who can. See you next time.